Now, me and my cousins are trying to put up a business.
What's the business going to be?
We want to provide consumables for those construction.
Welcome to 11 Minutes with My Lodi. This is a platform to learn all about the most amazing things, the challenging things, and the ins and outs of being a virtual assistant with Virtual Spotter. Today on 11 Minutes with My Lodi, we're catching up with Boss Ryan, which is going to be lots of fun. OG VS team member, all around good guy, very friendly, very bubbly. One of them people that you just like want to be around. Always. Just a fun dude. And an incredible smile. I might even go as far as saying that Ryan has the nicest smile in Virtual Spotter. The dude glows. Hey, boss. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for asking. How about you?
I'm amazing. Thank you. Amazing. Thanks so much for jumping on, brother. I just gave you a little intro as I was waiting that you're a joy to be around and a really happy, friendly person. And I said that you have the nicest smile in Virtual Spotter, I think. It's one of them smiles that you know that is like that guy seems generally happy.
Yeah, I'm always stay positive.
Yeah, I love it. So, boss, I'd love to. I'm looking forward to this, right? Just to learn. Like we've had like a little bit of interaction and gone back and forth, but we never really had a deep conversation and spoke about you like at a really intimate level. So, like, tell us a little bit about yourself, where you grew up, and where you were raised. Let's start there.
I'm from the Philippines and I live in the part of Mindanao. This part is really um like it's a province actually, and we do have sometimes experience lack of electricity, and we do have unstable internet. So most of the time I live in the city, in the Luzon area, where we do have with my cousin, and we do have stable internet and electricity there. But right now I'm here in Mindanao with my parents because my mom will undergo open surgery tomorrow. So that is why.
Okay.
But before getting back to my province, I make sure that we the I do have my work will not be compromised.
Yeah, it's cool. I saw your Instagram post when you were flying over there. Did you? You had to, do you have to fly there?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I saw your Instagram post, and it's cool. Like as you know, like I encourage and support that, right? Like, so long as we're doing our job, like that's one of the cool things about being remote. Like we get to do our task from location one or location two. It doesn't matter so long as we provide the results that we promise. Like that is the metric.
Yeah, one of the things that I really about being a virtual assistant is the ability to spend more time with your family.
Yeah,
Just like what I've said right now, I live with the with them with my family.
yeah, yeah. So, give so how long did you live in that province for? And did you go to school there?
Yeah, I graduated here um from elementary to college, but when I graduated to college, I went to the area where in the city.
Okay. And what did you? So tell us a little bit about growing up in the province that you grew up in. Like, tell us more about, what people do for work in that province. What is it known for? What is it near?
My province is a very an area where no buildings, and we are known for beaches, and especially my area known for we are the one who produce a lot of fishes in the province. So growing up
Okay.
here is very amazing because I live in a family where very religious, and I also grew up in a area where very what they call that one, a happy I am being surrounded by a happy person, so that is why I I live positively.
Why are so many people like happy where you live? Like, why is there so much positivity there specifically?
Well, it's a very it's a province, and I think we don't spend a lot of time like doing the facing gadgets, and
Yeah.
we spend a lot of time being together.
Yeah. In the ocean, do you spend a lot of time in the ocean?
Yeah, I live near the ocean.
So tell me about that. Like when you do the locals like do they spend a lot of time in the ocean? Like are they swimming? Like is that something that you used to do after school?
If we do have vacant time, we do we like spending time at the ocean.
Yeah, it's cool. To go back to that other question, why do you think so many like so it's like you think that they're more happy and more joyful, more positive because they spend less time on devices, less time on technology, and they're more time outside, you know, catching fish, interacting with their family, their friends, and you know, like at time at church. Is that like kind of what happens there?
Yeah, because since I grew up in a I'm in a generation where I live traditionally. At the same time, I experience also the generation where we experience gadgets. So I think that's the best thing that our province or where I live, because like what I've said, we spend time together.
Yeah, yeah. How old are you, boss?
I'm already 36. I recently celebrated last my 36 years old, my 36 years last August 1.
Happy birthday for then, brother.
Thank you.
And like I share that with you as well. I share like I remember like at school when no one had phones. I remember when Facebook didn't exist. I remember when Instagram didn't exist.
So, like, it's really cool that people like similar age to us like got to see both of that. Like, but like not only because it.
There's obviously a lot of people that like because even our parents, right? Our parents, both sides of it. But I think we are unique because where that transition happened was like at a really important part of our life. Like it was when we were teenagers. So during our school life, like I remember school without Facebook and I remember school with Facebook. Like we were smack bang in the middle of that transition, which was really unique.
Yeah, yeah, that's one thing of our generation. We experience both world, like the traditional and the new one.
Yeah. Fishing, church, like so. What I like, do you spend a lot of time at church, or you spend a lot of time in prayer with your family? What does that look like for you?
We go to church, and every night before going to bed, my grandparents, we also do the rosary.
And what's that? What's the rosary?
It's a prayer that we do the it's a prayer for the Catholic, and we do have this thing, a rosary that we use for the guide for praying.
Is that like are they like rosary beads? Like you pray, they're prayer
Yeah, yeah.
beads. I got ya. Yeah, yeah, I understand. So is that like a long prayer or a quick prayer? Like how long does that prayer go for? And is it structured or you get to pray about whatever?
We always pray that every night before going to bed, and it's like maybe 10 minutes to
Oh
15.
wow, that's a long prayer. And is that structured? Like, do you say the same thing every night, or it's all different?
We say the same words.
Got ya, got ya. Yeah, that's cool. Um, so yeah, schooling. Did you go to college after school?
Yeah, I went to college. I graduated as bachelor of secondary education, major in English, and it's a teaching profession here. in the Philippines, but I am not teaching since I am not a fan of dealing a lot of students, character of students.
Yeah, I think you would have a hard time being a school teacher if you don't like love being around a lot of kids, right? Or like teaching. So, I imagine were there things that you learned during college that you can apply to your life now? But like, I would imagine yes. But like, what are some of the things that you learned during them college days that are beneficial for you now?
Everything is a matter of perspective. Like for example, two people can look at the same event or object but interpret in a totally different way. But for me, I always make sure that I always make sure that the way I understand things and interpret situations, experience and ideas, I view it positively and constructively. That
Cool.
is one thing I always put it on my mind.
Yeah, perception. And like a little bit of that as well is when you talk about the positivity in your province, I remember being, you know, that where we went and they had the weekend at the resort on our last trip to the Philippines. I remember being on the jet ski with Jamel and we rode out to the water and then I looked back at the beach and I could see all the mountains like right behind the resort where we're staying. And in Australia, there's mountains, but they're not that close to the beach. Or like around the beach, it's mostly flat. So it was a really interesting thing for me to observe because it was so beautiful. And mostly everyone around there was happy and like positive, like similar to what you were describing before. But what I realized was that a lot of the people, especially the local people that live there, they are completely disconnected from the world. Like they don't know, they don't even know what's happening in Manila, let alone what's happening in Australia or what's happening in the US or what's happening in Iraq or Russia. Like they don't know. They only know what's happening in their province, and they're happy with that. Like they're okay with that. It was a really beautiful thing to observe.
Yeah, that's one thing I really like um the last get together with the team, because even though we do have signals, we are very connected to each other even though we see each other virtually, but when when we met each other, like we really like seeing each other.
Yeah, correct. It was lots of fun. So yeah, you studied secondary education at college, and then what did you do? So you didn't go into schooling or teaching. What did you do after that?
I before after I graduated and in college, I spent time working in a business family, who the owner is the sister of my father. So the business is a fruit dealer. So I worked there as an assistant manager for like 9 years. But
Wow.
pandemic came up, and yeah, but pandemic came up, so the pandemic hit the business so hard, so that they end up closing the business.
Okay, got yeah. And so what? Like, explain to me that job. You used to buy fruit from the markets and then sell it in the province, or what? What used to happen?
Yeah, we have people in the province who have connections with the planters of banana, because our business focuses on banana, and we buy it from them and sell it in in the city.
Yeah. Oh, you used to. So did they grow bananas in your province, and then you used to take the bananas to the city?
Yeah, yeah.
Got ya, got ya. What's your favorite fruit?
I don't have particular favorite food, but as of now, I like eating pineapple.
Pineapple. Yeah, that's cool. What about um are you like if you had to have dessert, would you have like a savory dessert or like a sweet dessert?
Sweet dessert.
What's your favorite like what's your if you could have anything right now, what would you have? Like what's your cheat meal?
I like jelly, iced jelly coffee
Ice
jelly.
jelly coffee. What is that? I've never even heard of it.
Actually, it's a gelatin that mixed with a coffee, a cocoa. and milk.
Yeah,
So
right. Is it like a jelly consistency? Like, does it kind of like feel and like taste like jelly?
yeah, yeah,
So it's
it's
like
a jelly. The
coffee
consistency is
jelly.
jelly. Yeah,
Wow. Is it like what's the what is that the fast food like the fast food chain in the Philippines that has all you can eat rice? What's that?
you can eat rice.
Or yeah, all you can eat rice. It's like unlimited rice. What's that
Mang
restaurant called?
inasal,
Yeah, yeah,
mang
yeah. So
inasal.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So you know the Coke, the cola that you get with like the jelly in it, is that similar to what you're talking about?
Yeah, but the gulaman. Yeah, it's the same texture, but different
Right.
flavor. But
So it's the
coffee.
same texture of that, but
Yeah,
oh man, I'm gonna run one of
coffee
them
and
next time
milk.
for sure.
You can actually search it in YouTube, but I really like it.
I would be able to make that here, wouldn't I? It's just gelatin.
Yeah, mix with
Ah,
coffee and
milk
cocoa
and milk. Oh, bro,
and
that
milk.
sounds like delicious. That's delicious. I'm all about that. I'm gonna try it for sure. Um, so during the pandemic, when so that did that business shut down during the pandemic and you couldn't work there anymore, or what happened?
When the pandemic came, it slowly shut down because we still want to thrive. We still want to survive, but unluckily, unfortunately, we they decided to shut it down. So after that, I decided to look for a job, and I tried BPO industry, the call center, but I am not a fan of like I am not a fan of with those
Getting
work
yelled at for 10
environment.
hours?
Yeah. Totally, that's the right term. Especially the international account, like I
Yeah,
handled what do you call that one? The T-Mobile. It's like
yeah,
yeah, you being yelled at like for like 8 hours, and at the same time going to the work and dealing with heavy traffic. So
yeah,
when I found out that the virtual spotter, so I decided to join and to
yeah. That's
apply.
really cool. That's awesome. So like, yeah, like the task was like okay, but you didn't feel like getting yelled at all day. It's like, hey, like I love working here, guys, but like all these people that yell at me all day, like I'm out. And then you're like, hey, all right. So did you set yourself a goal to then try to find a job that you could work from home, or this opportunity presented itself and you're like, oh wow, like maybe I could do this.
Yeah, it was presented to me by my cousins who previously worked at virtual spotter. So since I don't want to deal with like on the daily basis, like the heavy traffic, at the same time going to work with like some of the management is very toxic.
Yeah.
So I try, and luckily I passed the interview and the initial process.
Yeah. So what do you think, like what makes a good manager from your point of view?
So I think it would be like the manager a good manager would um manage the people like for consistently boosted the confidence of his people. A manager should ensure the productivity of the people and stays high the moral of the people, and the skills and judgment are genuinely trusted. I think that's one of the great thing of being a good manager.
Yeah, dude, I couldn't agree more. They're like all fantastic answers. Like, yeah, I agree 100%, mate. You're totally right. So it's like you had experiences where like, you know, some of them managers weren't like they didn't hit them check marks. Like you want someone
Yeah.
that can lead you, someone that you can aspire to be like, someone that will challenge you, someone that will help, you know, give you confidence. Like I think that's a really good one, right? Because a lot of the times we can doubt our own ability. And if you can have someone, you know, that is your leader or your manager that can identify, you know, something that you can do amazing and then help, you know, encourage you to achieve that, like that's incredible.
Yeah, actually, those things I experienced in virtual spotter under the supervision of my team leader. She always boosted my confidence, even
Yeah,
because she noticed that I keep on holding back on talking
yeah,
to the people in the on my clients. So she said that don't hold back. I know you have a great idea, so just tell them. And if you are not right, then learn from it. And that's one great
correct.
thing of under our supervision.
Raul's a superstar and can sing, and she can sing.
Mm.
Um, so, and is that something that you're constantly working on, or you feel like you are like you're okay with that now, like speaking out and sharing your opinion or your idea? Is that something that you yeah constantly work on, or you feel like you've achieved that?
I am still working on those ability. So I improve and also share it with my co-V, especially in the traction team.
Yeah, yeah. And do you feel like you're a naturally shy person?
Sometimes I'm shy, sometimes not. But after with getting along with Ral, I think we share the same happiness, the same wavelength. That
Yeah,
is why I'm very confident when I'm with Ral.
yeah, that's cool. What do you do in your free time, boss? Like, how do you like when you're not working? Like, how do you spend your day?
Sometimes I look um for a area where there are some playing volleyball. I'm a
Oh
big
yeah,
fan of volleyball, so if I do have vacant time, I spend time playing volleyball. But sometimes I'm trying to improve my English speaking skills by doing joining a platform where you can meet a lot of people from different countries sharing the same goals to improve our English speaking skills.
Okay, cool. What platforms? What is that called?
It's a website. It's called Episoden.
That's cool. So, is it like a chat room that you can enter and like say I'm trying to improve my English as well? You and I can go back and forth and have a conversation in English and try to like communicate like you're doing reps.
Yeah, it's a platform wherein you can match a person who is also want to improve their English speaking skills, their listening skills, and they will give you a topic and you will discuss it in 7 minutes. And after that, another topic with another person.
It's kind of like speed dating but for grammar and English.
Yeah.
That's cool. I like that a lot. That's fun. So, yeah, you play how often do you play volleyball?
Since I'm in high school, I already love playing volleyball.
Do you play basketball as well or everyone in your area plays volleyball?
No, I'm not a fan of basketball.
Are people from your village?
No, people here also there are a lot of people here who loves basketball, but I love playing volleyball.
Not you. Yeah, that's cool. I like it a lot. Do you play on the beach or on the on like a hard court?
I will play it on indoor.
Wow, got ya, got ya. That's cool. Did you watch it at the Olympics?
No,
No.
I I I dream of watching it personally, but I watch it on YouTube. But
Yeah.
some of the international games who held here in the Philippines, I always make sure that I watch it personally.
So you watch it on YouTube. Yeah, that's really cool. Um, so outside of work, you play volleyball, spend time with your family, yeah, learn English, and yeah, like that's kind of your day. What about your weekend? Is your weekend made up of similar things like that? Well, hang on. Do you read books or do you do any sort of do you listen to podcasts? Do you do anything like that?
I'm not usually fan of reading books, but when someone um recommend a book that is and explains to me why it is very nice, so I try to read it. And when it comes to podcast, same. If someone recommended to me a good podcast, so I try to listen, especially when it comes to when it talks about improving improving self.
Yeah, bro, I can send you lots of podcasts about that. You're about to get spammed. What like do you have like a passion or desire for self improvement, boss? Is that fair to say?
Yeah, as of now, I want to improve when it comes to disciplining myself, and also like disciplining myself when it comes to spending money.
Yeah,
Now, me and my cousins are trying to put up a business. So that is why I want to improve myself when it comes to that matter. So I just want to have a bigger for contribution for the for our business.
what's the business going to be?
We just consumables. We want to provide consumables for those some construction, like the gloves, hard hat, the
Got yeah.
raincoat. So we're just starting, but we are now in process of for the papers for the business.
That's exciting, man. What's the business called?
The prime anchor.
The Prime Anchor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. And where will you sell them items at? Will you have a website or will you sell them in person?
We communicate it through giving proposals to those company who are looking for a self consumables
Got ya.
consumable material.
Got ya. Awesome. What are some like that touches like is that what are some of your goals that you have personally or professionally?
My goals today is to grow,
Yeah,
take more challenging responsibilities.
yeah, I like that. And do you exercise or work out or run, walk, gym?
Yeah, before I'm a fan of joining some fun run here in the Philippines.
Yeah,
That's one thing I really like because I'm especially with my friends and my cousins. We try to join a lot of fun runs activities.
yeah. When's your next fun run? You got it. Like, is there any in the pipeline?
As of now, we don't have any idea if there are fun runs happening here because I just recently came here.
You know that virtual spotter will pay for that fun run. Yeah, do you know that?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I would love to see you start to run, boss.
Especially now that I am overweight. I need to do that.
Well, like the thing is, right, like when you talk about discipline around finances or money and like business, like if you are confident in yourself, if you have discipline in your routine or your workout, that pours over into everything else that you do. So like you can work hard at creating a routine or a discipline. It's like every day before work, I'm going to get up and walk 5K or jog 3K or jog 5K. It doesn't matter, right? But it's just about like making small steps and small decisions in towards achieving that big goal. So you might want to run a 10K. What's the furthest you've ever run before?
I never tried to measure the how long how far did I get it, but as long as I'm doing good, it's all good.
Yeah, like I think like that's a cool, like I would suggest to start to track it, start measuring it. Like you can get free apps. Jump on Strava, it's free. Track your runs, and then you can track your progression on them runs. I can follow you. I can support you. Like there's a little movement at the moment in virtual spot, and there's like a heaps of people starting to run, which is like it brings me a huge amount of joy because I know how amazing running makes me feel. And I want to share that amazing feeling with you. I know what running does to help me operate better. I want you to be able to have that feeling and operate better. Like I know that it'll carry over into all the things of all parts of your life. That's what excites me about our team starting to move and run.
Actually, yesterday while driving motorcycle, like 4 4 p.m. or 5 p.m., I saw some um people who are running at that in the afternoon. So I'm not a fan actually of running in the afternoon because I used to run like early in the morning, 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. But since I'm working on that time, maybe I will consider it doing it the
Yeah,
afternoon.
for sure. 100%. I think it'll be cool. Where would you prefer? Do you prefer to live in the province or in the city?
Prefer living in the city because it has a lot of opportunities
Yeah, that that's fair.
in our area. Just like what I've said, we do have unstable internet and unstable electricity, which
Yeah.
will maybe compromise some of the business here.
Your work for sure. How long? Like, explain to me when you say unstable electricity. Like, how long? So, like, sometimes that electricity will just drop out completely. Is that right?
Yeah, we'll drop out like total blackout like for 4 hours, 5 hours
A day.
daily. And so when I purchased before purchasing before booking my flight going back here in our province, I purchased a power station so that my work will not be compromised. And also I check some I luckily my some of my family members purchase a Starlink that will also give
Oh
me an
wow.
option for the
Oh wow!
network.
Shout out to Elon Musk. That's cool. Um, do you so like how often would that electricity cut out? Like how often a week or how often a month?
Total blackout like 3 times a week, 3 to 4 times a week
Whoa!
that I want to that I consider living in the city.
Wow! 3 or 4 times a week, the power dies for like 4 or 5 hours. That's crazy, man.
Live because our province are part of the Philippines, which is um like it's in the bottom part of the Philippines. So the electricity that was given to me is very low, very small.
Okay. And I imagine like do a lot of people have or does anyone have air conditioners or like things that draw a lot of power and that's what like it overloads it? Is that what happens?
Yeah, yeah. People here are also using that one. Yeah. Sometimes
Yeah.
if there has lack of electricity, those like air condition, the refrigerator, it broke because of the lack of electricity.
Wow. Wow. Um give me one goal that you have right now. What's your goal? Like and rather than just say like oh like you want to do something like give me like one structured goal that we can check back in, in 6 months time and go, "Hey, have you achieved this?"
One goal for now is to like what I've said to improve discipline when it comes to money.
Yeah. So how do we do that? Like, explain to me like how like let's cut that down, and deliver like a micro version. So is that spending less on going out on the weekend? Is that not drinking alcohol? Or maybe you don't drink now? Do you drink alcohol now?
Yeah, the last time I drink alcohol is during our get together.
Oh
I want to
yeah,
spend time to everyone with the
Yeah.
OM, with
yeah,
Ra, with Ven.
yeah. So you haven't drank since then.
Yeah, I haven't drank since then.
Yeah, that's cool. Is that like on purpose or you don't usually drink much?
Back when I was young,
Yeah.
I always drink alcohol, but later like maybe after the when my late 30s, I stopped drinking already.
Yeah, yeah, I like that. We're more productive.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that I want to avoid to be so that be more productive. And one thing I want to just to improve myself to discipline myself when it comes to spending money is I always make sure that when I want to buy something, I think twice. Like I give myself like 2 weeks or 30 days to think to think more if I want that thing or not.
Wow. That's what you call delayed gratification, right? Like that's not impulsive at all. It's very calculated. Yeah. And when you purchase, like if you go after 30 days, you're like, I want this thing. After 30 days, you still want the thing. And then you buy it. Does that feel different? Like are you more grateful like towards that item because you did have to wait and analyze it?
Yeah, yeah. That is why I am considering it, doing that on the daily and on spending or purchasing some things.
Is there something that you can give me an example of that you've done that before, like that you wanted to buy something and then you waited? Do you have an example of what one of them things were?
Yeah, yesterday I know last week, my tita or the sister of my father wants, she do have this tablet, the Samsung tablet, and she is not using it anymore. So she said that if if I can buy it from her. So I said, let me think of it like
Yeah.
30 days. And now I decided, no, it's not practical for me because I already have laptop that is working properly.
Yeah, my man.
I want to I want to save money for the business.
Ah, my man. That's discipline, brother. That's discipline.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you, dude. That's it. And it's small little decisions like that, right?
Awesome. Well, it's been wonderful to sit down and catch up with you, boss. I appreciate you very much. I'm very grateful to have you in our team at Virtual Spotter. You do an amazing job on your account. You add a tremendous amount of value to the Traction Group and to Rail's team. And yeah, I feel very grateful to not only know you, but to work closely with you side by side. And yeah, I feel very privileged, boss, to work with you. I appreciate you very much.
Yeah, I'm also happy working with the virtual spotter because also with the traction team. They are very incredible, from the owner, the sales manager, the director, and everything, especially my Kuve is from Ral, Phil, Casey, and Nestle. Um
Yeah.
we are we do have happy and very productive on our daily basis because we share this every day. We do have huddles, we do have meetings every day, and we share our daily accomplishments in the traction
Yeah.
team.
So good. I love that. Them daily huddles are like incredibly important. I think even just from being
Yeah.
able to build community in your own little team, just like catch up, hey, this is
Mhm.
what I have going on. Like it doesn't have to be long and drawn out, but I think it's an amazing way to catch up and communicate.
Yeah, it's one thing that we really like it because we spend time sharing ideas, discuss issues of what is happening on the traction team or anything that is need to be addressed. So
Yeah.
it's a great team actually.
Yeah. 100%. Right, brother. Enjoy the rest of your day. Have fun with your
Family, I'm praying for your mom. I hope everything goes well. And yeah, keep being a legend and keep smiling, brother, because every time I see that smile, it makes me happy. So I appreciate you very much, my man. We'll talk soon. Salamat.
Salamat, boss.
Absolute Lodi. Big boss Ryan. I told you he had a nice smile, yeah? I told you. So, yeah, cool story. Bro, it's wild that I guess like I love having these conversations because it allows me to sort of reflect on my own life and understand how grateful I am to have power always. Like that like I can press a button and I have power and I know that the power is going to be stable and okay. Like if our internet drops out here for 30 seconds, people have a meltdown. So like to lose power or like that, and that's not it. And then you still got power, right? That's just internet. So like to think of what it must be like to navigate your like everyday life and, potentially have 3 or 4 power outages for, 5 hours at a time each week is like, it's incredibly hard to manage. And I imagine creates really resilient people. Like even for Ryan, like he needs to travel, to a different city in order to work and create opportunities for himself. So, yeah, I love having these conversations because it allows me to reflect on where I am and just be grateful for the things that for the most part we become complacent with. I appreciate you all. Thanks so much for tuning in with 11 with my Lodi. Enjoy the rest of your day. Salamat.